See, this ain't for the kids. I don't know what to tell you. This one for y'all. Whoa. Boom. Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm with my man's OnStar today. Welcome back to the playground. Let's get it. I appreciate you for coming, man.
Of course,
I appreciate you. Always. You know what I'm saying? New York shit. You know what I mean? That guy showed me love for some time, man, and I show love back, and I just appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the fact that we could do a bunch of shit in life and then eventually just find a way to just come together, because me and you, we never really got to get up. And on camera right now, this is the first time me and him really got to get up. So me and him vibing right now is literally going to just be like me and him actually really getting to like know each other a little bit more type shit for the first time. And the first time I met you was on the tour, right?
Yeah. Dean's List.
Yeah.
Yes.
Facts. I remember you being in the hallway, I think, and we were just leaving out of some shit, and I forgot. And then I forgot what interaction happened in the hallway, and everybody just was lit. I think niggas was dancing and shit like that, normal shit.
Could have been ciphering.
Right.
Think so.
That's what it probably was. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, just time follow each other. Now we here and shit. So off rip, I told him I wanted to get it out the way just in case y'all wanted to know, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I see him, like I said, it's my first time actually getting a vibe with him. So I never got to ask him this question myself. So I wanted to ask about the afro and shit like that, because, you know what I'm saying, it's not a lot of people out here rocking the fro, and he rock it and he make it look right. You know what I'm saying? You say you've been doing it for about like 10 years with the fro now, right?
Yeah, it's been about a decade. Just with hair, period. Like I had like a mohawk at first.
Okay.
Like a fro hawk to the back.
Okay.
All the way, and then
that's back when everybody was rocking mohawks and shit. Or
yeah,
you had it
like
before
around
everybody had it?
I would say like around the time where it was becoming popular. So the only person I know that predated me and what I was doing was Lil Twist. Shout out to Lil Twist.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, can't leave him out.
Right.
That's the only person I saw, but he wasn't an inspiration either. But still, I could show love to him.
Exactly.
And then one day, I think it was just grown out to the point where like I was just like, I looked in the mirror before my barber cut. I was like, you know what? Just go straight over the top.
All right.
And turned it into a flat top, kept it back. And then I recently got rid of the back. So just trying to be creative with it, keep the culture strong and healthy.
That's lit. Nice and simple, but at the same time effective. You know what I'm saying? And that just became his vibe and all of that. So, you know what I mean? I appreciate that for showing the black. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling him, you know what I mean, at the COVID and all that, everybody just started growing their hairs. The barbers wasn't around and shit. I would say Ace was trying to grow his shit, but this nigga
my hair growing.
he got the ball.
It's over.
And shout out Kid and Play.
Yeah, shout out Kid.
That's really where the inspiration draws from me, like to be confident enough to wear it.
Right.
Is watching like Christopher Kid Reed rock it all the way up too. Like he was all the way up.
Yeah.
It was clean, it was fresh every time you saw it. So
it was tight. They say the word tight, right?
Tight,
it was
right. It was tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big shout out to Kid and Play, both of them. That energy is what I look to continue as far as like my look and image. As far as this goes, like that's the inspiration.
Yeah. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't really think about it without even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Alright, so we're gonna get into this Lite Feet stuff, because Lite Feet is something that is still alive and it's even bigger than ever. So it's like it's fire to see it, and you don't even know exactly what the fuck I did in Lite Feet and shit, because I really ain't hardly do a lot of shit that y'all did, but I did like a little something and shit. But for you, just to start this Lite Feet topic off, what's the 2 top battles ever that you remember back in the Lite Feet days? Dark Feet, Lite Feet days, all that. Like really back then, like.
Well, you put me on the spot. 2 top battles?
Yeah, I gave you 2. I was gonna say 1, but I'm like, give me 2. Like I think 2 is good.
Oh man.
Or you could give me 2 of your who was your favorite dancers if you can't give me the verses.
Now, see, I could do that because there's a lot of artists in different eras, but the ones that would stay consistent and stay strong and always impactful, off rip, ARNSTAR. ARNSTAR is just like he is like
ARNSTAR.
His body is like an instrument. Like he knows how to actually like if he was playing the piano, that's how it is dancing. Like he knows what to do. Like he has the intricacies, and then
shout out to ARNSTAR.
His flexibility is like something that I look up to. Like just how he was able to put himself, contort his body into certain movements while dancing. Like,
now everybody could do the same thing.
You feel me? So HypeStar is one of my favorite dancers of all time. Just to watch. When it comes to just intricacies. Like he's like I don't know, like he's like Doctor Strange. Like
and that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy because now too, like Lifey got so even more intricate. Is that for you to say somebody was intricate back in the day? You know what I'm saying? It's like everything just eventually just got transformed and shit like that. But so HypeStar and who else?
And then just one of my brothers, one of my team members, Mo Black. You know what I mean? I call him Mr. Light Feet. He's been through every era and he's just so classic. But he's electrifying. Like it's like anything you've ever saw, he's gonna do that, but it's gonna be so Mo Black that you're gonna feel what Light Feet is supposed to be. Like he teaches through his natural element of movement. Of like what Light Feet was supposed to be, what it is, what it was intended for, what it's supposed to be, and what it's now become. Like that's Mo Black. When you watch him, you know what is going on.
That's a fact. Shout out, what's good, King?
For those who don't understand what Light Feet is, what's your definition for Light Feet?
So Light Feet, just to make it clear, Light Feet is a dance style. It's a subculture actually. It's a subculture of hip hop that carries peace, love, unity, safely having fun. It was born on the same streets and it was born with the same intention. And that's to really make sure that the youth was empowered, started from zero. Like we had nothing. We have a lot now, but it all came through everything we discovered through our movement. So big shout out to the Harlem Shake culture. Shout out to
Harlem Shake culture.
Everybody that was there from the beginning that maybe have went and worked for MTA, maybe they worked for sanitation, maybe they went and moved on with their life. But there was a lot of people that is not involved. But if it wasn't for them, it wouldn't even have been a blueprint to start from.
And that's a fact.
So Light Feet it carries a dance style, it carries production style, and I'm one of the only representations of the sound of like rapping and artistry of lyricism over tracks. So it's everything that hip hop brings, just with a new twist, and it keeps the New York sound, the integrity of the New York sound without it getting caught up in today's mainstream influence.
Right.
I ain't gonna front. That's a great ass definition of Light Feet. And you know what I'm saying, coming from so many different people's perspective, I know probably a lot of people probably got other things to add into what you said, because you already said like a great foundation of what that is. For me, that shit is just on some like it was a place. It was a like Light Feet was a place in a realm. It's like I'm sure like even down south when they doing their dances and all of that shit, that they already get into their zone and they got their vibes going in the same way, they own realm. But New York being a place where, and you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people say, yo, New York niggas think they too cocky, niggas but at the end of the day, if I'm keeping it 1,000%, and if you're keeping it 1,000%, New York is the number one place that anybody in the world pretty much want to go to. Like if we calculating like where everybody want to go, like New York is gonna, you know what I'm saying, like we keeping it 1,000. Like now, you know what I'm saying, with that being said, understanding the height of what that means, on top of the fact that we created something that, you know what I'm saying, like our previous OGs and shit created something that called hip hop that allowed us to create dances and shit in certain ways, to like start creating niggas start making beats to Light Feet and shit. And I know I said my definition of it, I'm starting to create, you know what I mean, like little fucking tree and shit like that. But y'all know where we gonna go with this.
Yes, sir.
But at the end of the day, it's like you come to a place where you come to a realm. I wanted to build on it, but I'm gonna come back to the realm part. You in a realm where everybody understands, like the people that's making the beats to what you're dancing to is people that you're dancing with, that you're learning from, that you're giving pointers to, people that's around you, or people that's connected to everyone. So when they're making the beats and you're dancing to the beats and it's coming from so many different hip hop elements, it creates like another type of vibe. And don't forget, hip hop done changed the world.
It's kind of like telekinetic, where everything is
it's on a different type of level.
It's basically saying what's understood don't need to be said.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? But it needs to be said though.
There
this
goes.
time.
That's the explanation. Yeah.
This time. But I'll be on that type of time.
Yeah, man. I think you put it perfectly. Light Feet was his own realm, and to be quite frank, it is the son of hip hop. You know what I mean? Same impact that hip hop has made is the same impact that Light Feet is making worldwide. We in over 35 plus countries. You know what I mean? Started on the streets of Harlem once again, and it's here to stay. It's here to reinstall the integrity that hip hop has. On a culturalistic level,
Right.
We're not really worried about too much of the mainstream look. We understand that's glitz and glam, but everything that glitters ain't gold.
Exactly.
But we glitter because we are gold, and
That's
we
a
ain't
Look.
sold the way they told it. So you feel me? So it's we back stronger than ever with culture intact. So that's what's gonna keep us rooted.
That's a fact.
So I'm happy. We had Live Time,
you got the
Waffle.
paper. Yes,
You know what I mean?
Got hit him
Team
with
Rocket.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go down too much lines, but
yeah.
just know I know my boy has been Live Time forever.
It's politics.
You know what I mean? Waffle forever. Shout out Team Rocket, honorable mention. But yeah, like there's people that's gonna keep holding this culture and lifting it up. So I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Yo, bro, and that's a fact, and I appreciate you for being a part of that. And I love the way you said we in 35 countries play. You know what I'm saying? The word that alone, that sentence alone mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And quick fast before we get to everything else. I don't know. Obviously, you might not know too much about what's going on. So you know what I'm saying? So it was me, Swift, and his brother. Oh, I think it was cousin. I'm not sure. His brother. I think it was me, Swift, and his brother first. I think kind of like started Live Time to dance shit. Right. Now the thing about it was, I met this nigga when I was in freshman in high school. Right.
Copy.
And niggas started like that, you know what I'm saying, started doing little shit or whatever. But the thing was, like, see, I was raised in Queens.
Copy.
I tell people I was raised in Queens, but I grew up in Brooklyn. Because around that time I was like early teenager, I stopped chilling in Queens. I only used to fuck like 1-2 niggas, but I used to always be in Brooklyn because my mom's from Brownsville, my pop's from East New York. So I used to always just be in Brooklyn. So I was going to school downtown Brooklyn and shit because it just made sense. I'm like, I already kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the F train from Queensbridge straight to J Street and shit, right? Boom. So I link up with Swift, then niggas create Live Time. Now the thing about that was special about it was that even though at that time I was living in Queens and shit, like I said, I still be in my Brooklyn shit, you feel me?
Heavy.
So we was pretty much the Brooklyn team that came, and then I guess the first, am I wrong? From my perspective, we was the first like Brooklyn team to really like actually make it like to it, because it was always a uptown thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
When we came, it was like, okay, now we got some niggas from it. Then that's when a lot of, you know what I'm saying, we had a lot of niggas that kind of came up, blowing up and shit like that, and then became a thing. But my only thing was I had one special battle. One special battle. And this battle right here happened at Leaf Mojo crib, uptown. Classic. Not too many people know about it. And I was battling Steve-O.
Wow.
Now Steve-O probably don't even know I battled the nigga. I don't know if he know. But the thing about it was, I TKO'd him.
Wow.
If y'all don't believe me, ask somebody that was in the crib that day. Leaf was there. It was Leaf probably don't know who I am, and I'm gonna get into that real quick. And I don't want to, you know what I mean, do too much, but you know what I'm saying, quick fast. And the reason why I say that is because I only was like, I was on some like their shit. I was there. I was there. I was outside. I was there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Yeah. Niggas battling. I wasn't battling as much as everybody else, but I was there. You know, all the time. Over time, it was like I did music thing. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I kind of wanted to like separate the two, and we could, you know what I mean, let that flow right back into the music shit. And the thing was, after me and Swift and shit, after we started like Live Time Entertainment, niggas was on some, I'm like, damn, a lot of niggas are still jacking Live Time, and I fuck with it because, you know what I'm saying, it was something that we built, and everybody we fuck with, you know what I'm saying, everybody that was part of Live Time. And shout out everybody a part of Live Time that was a part of Live Time, you know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, KJ Bowler, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Big rest in peace. He also was Waffle as well. Rest in peace, KJ Bowler.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And fucking, it was just that at that time, a lot of people was associating us. Now that, you know what I'm saying, I was getting more established with doing music and shit, and I was trying to get Swift more established with it as well, you know what I'm saying, because that was his vibe too, you know, he was making beats, going crazy with it and shit, and on top of the fact he was dancing and going crazy. But the music shit was something that it was a problem because a lot of people were associated with the dancing. And
Copy, got you.
From that point,
yes.
It was like I kind of started getting, and I'm not gonna lie, it was somewhat not a resentment or nothing, but it was somewhat of like you know what I'm saying, I don't want niggas to think like this is just what it is, like, because this is what my full passion is, you know what I'm saying, music, I rap, you know what I'm saying, that's what I do. And a lot of people didn't know, but a lot of people would, you know what I mean, Live Time became the entertainment compared to the dance group and shit like that, so it was a little hard to like differentiate. So at the times when, you know what I'm saying, niggas say, I'd be like, alright, whatever, but I grew to just love it because I'm like, yo, that's still hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And this is why this is what I love. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I love all my brothers that's a part of it and shit, that's continuing it and shit like that. And I'm like, you know what? And I let that shit go. And I just embraced it even more and shit like that. And it made me just re-love it all over again and shit at the moment and shit like that. But out of that, to the music part for you, how did you incorporate this with your music?
Beautiful transition, by the way, because I feel you heavy on that. Like when you look into go after extreme passion, what really gets you fullest expressed, a lot of people misconstrue like my dancing with the music that I create. And you know, if they wanted to know, and if it's up to me to express it, I would say anything that's associated with music, I love with all my heart. But where I live is my lyricism. I live in writing, I live in recording, I live in expressing that. Like, so yeah, like that's where I choose to like fully like Voltron up and like really express myself 1,000.
Right.
And so they'll see the movement, they'll see the dancing, and they'll be like, yo, it looked like you really love that. And I'm like, I do, because it has something to do with music.
Right.
And then after a minute, I was like, okay, I empowered the dancing, I empowered the footwork, I empowered light feet. It's time to empower the voice behind it. Without a voice, it won't go too far. It's just beats.
Right.
And it's just, you have to display it right on track. So me, I'm one of the most consistent light feet artists ever. Like the only person that's gonna pop up more than me
keep it 1,000 facts.
Is AG, the voice of Harlem. And like he's a prerequisite before Light Feet comes in. He is part of Light Feet, of course. And he would tell you like Light Feet even started before the time that we stamp it.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, big love to him.
Shout out.
Big love to Lil SNS, which is now SNS, the rapper.
Out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like holding it down. Second generation hip hopper, first generation light feeder like myself.
Yeah.
And I just said to me, I was like, yo, we need a voice. We need somebody that's gonna keep saying what this movement is about audioly. So I just kept putting my energy over light feed tracks, even if I was like, I took a lot of flack for it. It was like, oh, it's just dance music. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even within the culture itself.
Right.
But I love y'all so much. I see bigger than where like we might be contained.
Right.
And I'm going outside, and I came from the outside. I was 1 foot in the industry, 1 foot growing up in the streets.
Exactly.
So I maintained and balanced it, and I made a choice. Instead of going straight just for the light, a spotlight, I went for light feet.
Right.
So now that I'm at this stage where I'm like, yo, we've really Ellen Show, Wildin' Out, Netflix, like
you got to speak a little bit about all that good shit. Whenever you ready, go ahead.
I mean, we'll spin the block on it, but like we hit plateaus. I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to do my music. It's time for me to go back to my voice and push my pen the way I know healthily. So
that's a fact.
You know, that's where we at now. We got videos going viral.
Yeah. What's this new video you about to drop soon and all that? You probably, by the time this release, I gotta figure out which day I'm releasing this shit, because you know what I'm saying, everybody got some shit they dropping. I want to, but what's this new video niggas need to go check out, man?
So I'm featured on a record called Bounce to the Beat, Lucky Banks, DJ Webstar, OnStar, myself. It is an ode to the classic Light Feet, because Light Feet really did have artists at first. We had Young B, Nino Man, a bunch of people, like of course Webstar from the beginning, Ron Browse, a bunch of people empowering it, and of course it just went straight to production. But now we getting back to music. So Lucky Banks, he picked up the classic Bounce to the Beat. We made a remake. Shout out to Nino Man for doing the original one. And so that's coming soon. We just shot it in Coney Island. I flew from LA specifically to knock that video out because I know how important it was to the culture. Yeah. And
the culture,
you feel me? Like,
yeah, niggas risking their life for the culture. Being in the air is risking your life every time. Nigga.
Coming outside is risking your life.
That's
so you know, when you do so and you do it with a cause and a purpose to keep the youth motivated and inspired, it's almost like
God got you.
It's like you're gonna get wherever you need to go. You're gonna make the impact. So Bounce to the Beat. On a lyrical note, my Quiet Storm freestyle got like over 700K collectively.
Yeah,
on TikTok.
Go check that out.
You feel me?
Yeah.
YouTube is moving up. The numbers was sitting at like what? You know how I do. It'd be here till it moved. It was at like 2,000 for maybe 2-3 years. 2018.
Right.
Now it's at like 14 in the past week.
Yeah.
Just people catching it. So
make sure everything in the link and all that. You know what I'm saying? Go go right to his shit right after this. You know what I'm saying? Go watch his shit. And I'll make sure I throw like a couple clips of my son too. Cause he actually got some footage from the bowling alley. We was at the bowling alley. And shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah, so
like,
that video
okay,
dropping too. We got a bunch of stuff. Like I got a bunch of content that I didn't even put out yet. That I'm putting visuals to right now. Whole album that's out right now. Light Layers Extended Spectrum. That's on all digital streaming platforms. So I can go get that. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see the emblem, the A with the star in the middle of it. And
speaking of you know what I'm saying, OnStar. Matter of fact, how you get your name?
So ARN. On came from my mom's. My mom's is she always gave everybody nicknames. So
we shout out moms, man.
You feel me? God rest her soul. Thank you for giving me life. And basically she nicknamed me On from Rapper's Delight. The legend tells it. One of her best friends told me like, yo, you know, when you was younger, this part would come on. I said on and then on and on and on. Beat don't stop until the break of dawn. And I would do like a funny like dance move, and my mother would just be like, on. That's it. So I grew
that's
up
fire. That's fire.
On, and then I gave myself OnStar later when I got a little bit older. But On is actually a powerful name. The name Aaron derives from Arn, and Arn is Hebrew, and it stands for Mountain of Exalt. So exalted mountain, put on high. So basically, high rewards after high tribulations. You go through the mountain, you climb the mountain, you get to the top.
Right.
You get the reward of that sunlight. You know, God touching you, that view, that height.
Right.
So it means enlightened in Hebrew. So OnStar means enlightened star.
Fire.
Anybody that know me know that's what I carry.
Yeah, man. So if you ain't know now, you know. You know what I'm saying? He over here making sure he make it happen. And that video, the Quiet Storm shit, where he posted that shit, my son was just going crazy on the beat. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the classics. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when it comes to lyrics and all that, you know, I fuck with lyrics all the way. You know what I'm saying? That's my vibes. That's how I started. That's how I'm still in. If I said that right. So, you know, we appreciate you for bringing all the good vibes for that. Now, I was going to ask, like, being that you been on Ellen and, you know, wilding out, all that good shit, I guess quick, fast, let's touch on the Ellen vibe. Like, how to come about, like, how to, like, you know.
Whew, Ellen was like 7 years in the making. Like, they was watching us way before we had awareness of the power that we was actually wielding. But then once by the time we realized that every time we posted we went viral, it was like,
makes sense.
This is we there.
Right.
So we started tagging her again. We started reapproaching, and they saw the story. They interviewed us. They sat us down like, yo, what makes y'all different? All right, cool. Y'all talented.
Right.
What makes y'all different?
Right.
And what just leaped out of me was like, kind of like a ODB moment, like when he was like Wu-Tang for the kids. It was like, yo, Waffle is really for the youth. Like we did this with nothing. We had nothing. Like there was no reward. We went outside to really give ourselves a freedom of self-expression and like self-esteem. And so really we for the community and we for the culture. And when they heard that, they was like, that was the difference maker.
Right.
So if you're watching this right now, it's not about being lit. It's about what's igniting your fire.
Yeah.
There was a purpose behind it.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Straight up. And so that's how Ellen came about. And after the first one, they loved us so much that anytime they had a chance to implement us back into the space, they did.
Nah, y'all was going crazy and shit. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed watching that. You know what I'm saying? Just proud and shit, like a proud father just watching that shit. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's like that shit hit you different. Yeah, it just hit you different when you really was a part of the movement. You know what I'm saying?
Maturation process.
Yeah, like
thing,
it just it's always a beautiful thing, and the beats is just always just like when you really get you like, yo, what the like. Even though the shit is being rewinded, the same fucking sound, it's still like it's a whole song.
Put you in a trance.
Yeah, just like it's just like hitting it on a beat. The way niggas be flexing now, I can't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I might have to practice and shit, but I might have to practice one good set. So if I'm performing, we had a party or something, I could go crazy one time. Stop. I don't know if niggas even do that shit no more. I might be over shit.
No, that's always
cool.
That's
Look,
always it.
Alright, copy. Look, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I know he always got the dance moves. He ain't got to worry about none
got
of
a
that
glimpse
shit.
of Smash feeling old for a second.
For a second I'm like, well, I don't even.
He was like, wait. You seen it, right?
Nah,
Yeah,
he in
like,
there. You still on point, bro.
Yeah,
Don't age yourself too
Right,
much.
we don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still looking young in this bitch though, you know what I'm saying?
feel
Skin
me?
nice and flawless, stop playing.
Stay
Niggas
with
been
a set.
Like, you know what I mean?
all my OGs, all my like maturated perspectives, just stay with a quick 8 to just knock out real quick, and that'll be your
Sit
ID.
down, like,
We'll know what era you stopped
Right,
from
right.
what you do, and nothing wrong with that because we honor every level and every era period. Especially the more classic, the more feeling of nostalgia. So we want to see that.
That'd be a dope joint though, to have an event where you had an OGs performing and the young. So like you said, to now pinpoint the difference in time.
Ooh, that is hard.
That's something that I
That is
because
hard.
as you saying it, I'm sitting there visualizing it like. Suppose, because just as you said, you could tell by the age. Like, you could always tell how the wine is by the age of it.
Right.
Like,
You
so
see what I'm
that's
saying?
yes,
Like,
yes, sir.
Oh, he's a 45 right there.
Right. That'd be dope. No, that'll be dope just to show the growth. Because
Right.
it's been 15 plus years now.
Yeah. That shit is so crazy, and it's only gonna keep. And niggas is this world, this time we live in is just so crazy, son. Like, and I know there's been some crazy times before, but obviously we just grow as a species. And the fact that we living in this one where things is really just accelerating on a whole nother level when it comes to everything, it's just fire to be in this culture and shit like that. It's also scary as fuck in so many different ways. But alright, cool. So Ellen, you know what I'm saying? Wildin' Out, man. I got to see you on there. I'm like, woo. That's what the fuck. Hey, matter of fact, we're gonna speak about Wildin' Out. Before we get there real quick, see, I got a couple things. Like I said, we ain't never get the link up,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Nigga, I don't know if I even told you this, but I might even hit you up on the gram and shit, knowing me. I probably like, yo, bro, I said whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I was working at Brick House in Jersey and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was living in Jersey at the time and shit. And I was living in there for like a few years after it was a lot of shit going on. Ended up going out there. I worked out there for a little bit of time and shit. And while I was there, I was a busser and shit. And I never even thought I'd be in the fucking restaurant. I'm like, I'm actually in the fucking restaurant working and shit. Like, but you know what I'm saying? I was in there and shit, you know what I mean? I'm looking on the TV, I see this nigga on a Burger King commercial and shit. I'm like,
oh yeah,
this
McDonald's.
nigga, I'm like, yeah, I'm walking with the shit, I'm smiling and shit. I'm like, nah, that's the fuck I'm talking about and shit. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So let's make sure we get into it too. Look, I'm working, right? I'm working bussing at a restaurant. I see my mans I won't see my mans at the time. It's my mans off rip, but we still never connected on some nigga I die for you type shit. It wasn't never, you know what I'm saying? So let's just keep it 100. So I'm seeing my man. So a normal nigga that's not on his shit, not doing shit, that could easily turn into a hating moment. That could
This nigga up there and I ain't up there.
That could easily turn.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's making me think about it as I'm speaking about it, the dynamic of what's going on. So
Whoa.
let me make sure I touch on that. That could easily be a hating moment.
Wow.
But I'm like, nah, that's fire. When I get right, I'ma holler at my son like, nah. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just so many different ways of looking at shit, and just be happy to see motherfuckers grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and always it's like it's not hard because for niggas like us that automatically just be like, alright, I'm gonna grind no matter what. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do no matter what and shit like that. I know I'm great. I know I'm this. It's never a matter of if. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of when and shit like that. So if you want some shit where you gotta like. You're not focused on your shit, you always gonna have that problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? You always gonna have that issue and shit. You might have certain times where you might compare yourself to something else because it's just a natural human instinct to do and shit like that. But, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to a point where you really letting that shit overtake you and that envy start really kicking in, I be feeling like people use envy in different ways and shit. But you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, that's the exact word for it because it's just, is a saying that was said, and I heard it the other day. It says, you really see who's supposed to be around you by the way they respond to you doing positive things for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it also works on the flip side too. Like you said, if you not focus on your purpose, it's easy for that resentment kicks in. That could have been me. And resentment turns into, envy. And envy turns into a whole slippery slope of shit you don't want to be around. So it's like you always, anytime somebody is happy for you, you got to appreciate that and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the telling factor of who's supposed to be around you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I know we was going to get to the Wild 'N Out shit, but being that we on it, I should just trickle down.
Yeah.
Have you, because you got to achieve some great things.
Yes.
And I know you got to see, the funny shit that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how how often does it happen now compared to the beginning? Like,
me, I've never actually gave it a space to exist longer than the acknowledgement that it needs in that moment.
right.
I feel like the only time that I needed to address anything was somebody that was like perceivably like channeled in more than me,
Right.
having something to say as a side comment.
Right.
And even now, like, it's not something that I wanted to like build any momentum off of, but just had to address it and check it real quick.
Of course.
And to make it perfectly clear, it was actually about the McDonald's commercial itself.
Oh shit!
So
I don't know why I said Burger King. I was short on the Burger King shit. And I don't like promoting anybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got it. It's like, good now. Yeah, they heard both now, so they're not going to one store or the other.
Right. Yeah.
This ain't a commerce.
I don't recommend fast food.
This is not for your brain to subconsciously go and get anything. Like,
all the discretion.
Unless they send another check.
Yeah.
Anyway, but real quick, I'll get into it. Right.
It.
So I did a McDonald's commercial, Super Bowl 2017. It's lit. Biggest thing that ever happened to me at that moment, and still a great highlight that's going to be living through life. Right. So originally comes out later through the revealing of this person. It says, yo, I was supposed to do the McDonald's commercial, but they played with the money, and so they hired a fake me. And I was like,
what?
That was a fake you?
A fake me? I'm no, not me.
That they were saying.
This is what the person is saying.
So that's like if I was supposed to get the bag off the commercial,
right?
And I'm in a room with everybody, even the person that was in the commercial. I'm talking to where the ears on the side can hear it, and I say, yo, they fumbled the bag, so they went out and get a fake me to play me.
Right, but now this is on Twitter.
I thought if I sound dumb, sometimes.
Nah, you got it. This is on Twitter though, right? So, cool.
Yeah.
Usually I would have left it alone. Only thing I was just like, yo, like, this person is who they are. I'm going to just say who it is. It was Chance the Rapper. And I'm like, yo, I like Chance.
Right.
Positive. Talk about God. Like, if anything, and right before that, people were saying, I could see y'all being, like, when you get up there, I could see y'all really linking up. And I'm like, cool, no problem. I welcome it.
Right.
Granted, he don't know me and don't owe me any loyalty. He can say whatever he want. But also, in saying whatever you want, paradoxically, you
disclaimer.
Also
let's say that again, because you know how people today say disclaimer.
Right. Disclaimer for sure. Because anything you say has to return back. There's life and death in the tongue. So you say that and don't finish up with like but shout out to that young black man who did get it though.
Right.
And that's the part where I'm just kind of like, I'm not mad at you, but I can see how jealousy and envy hits everybody at any point.
Right.
And you got to be strong to control it. So for me personally, my mom's always taught me, like, if you hating on somebody, you taking up too much space for another blessing to hit you.
Right.
If you loving on somebody, you creating so much space for you to receive that same love when it's your turn.
That's a fact.
So I never I was just kind of frustrated because not only was it the person, it's the image and likeness. He could have easily it could have just went by, it would have been done. Right. But it ended up in Complex.
Mm-hmm.
Complex did a whole write-up about this one tweet. And right there is my face in the middle of the whole page. So it's like we don't know what he was talking about, but during the time he's actually saying it, this was the commercial and it's my face. So I'm like, yo, bro, like
yeah.
that can't happen. Like, I love you, I honor you, I cherish you, I appreciate you. I'm giving you 5 more minutes than I want to even right now, but because of how I feel, like just about the love and the energy.
Right.
But that can't happen. So that was my own thing, and I was like, damn, I probably shouldn't even said anything. But then I said, no, it's cool. It's a learning moment. We got to learn as brothers how to come together. So even when I see people, just to get back to 360 and back to what you was asking, if somebody's hating, sometimes I pull them in closer to give them the understanding that nobody is doing that to you. You're doing that to everybody else.
Nah, I like the way you said that too. I ain't gonna front. I do that in different ways as well.
Come here. Look at this mirror real quick. I want you to see.
Show you, nigga, like, I'm legit, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you? You don't gotta be doing all that stupid shit. I'm legit, nigga.
Because
you don't even know what I could. You know what I mean?
Definitely what you said is like that complex thing could have did something a lot more positive had it been on some, like you said, shout out to young brother that got that part. Great work, youngin.
Yeah.
Keep up. Hope to see you more shit. So now, Chance the Rapper said this. Let me see who this brother. It changes the dynamic, and that's like inadvertent hate, but it's still ego derived hate.
Yeah, and you know, egocentric love. You
Right.
know what I mean?
That-
It's like it's
thank you,
based
thank
around
you.
me, but you know, whatever. And me, like I said, there's no problems. I love Chicago. I love Chance. Like everything he stand
Yeah,
for.
shout out everybody, man. Shout out Chicago. Shout out
Yeah,
Chance.
you know, I'm like,
You
bro,
also helped
like,
Nita Baker get her masters and shit, right? Is that Chance the Rapper to help Nita Baker? Not Anita Baker, the singer.
I don't know.
But shout out to him for that.
Yeah, shout out everything you do. Like the fact that you mentioned God, the fact that you run with that, like that's your MO is like I'm running with the spirit. Great.
Right.
Like later on, this is gonna be great footage for us to review and laugh at and toast and be like whatever comes out of
It's
it.
a conversation piece.
You feel me? At the end of the day, you know, it happens though. People have so that's mainstream wise.
Right.
The culture, the people on the street.
Right.
You're gonna hear every
So that nigga
you can hear every like you could like if you don't have emotional intelligence, you'll have somebody with no value saying something about you that's bringing your value down.
Yeah.
So they don't even pop up like I said before.
What are you doing?
It gives me an opportunity to now practice my humility.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So that's on that end. On the street level, I practice my humility because I understand, like, I got forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Mm-hmm. That comes in so many different ways. So I'm showing love. Somebody else, you know, if it's a caliber, it's like, all right, cool, love, and I still got these pin hands for you.
Yeah.
Because I got bars. I will bar anybody up. And that's not cocky. That's just what we in the sport.
Right.
I will bar you to death and give you new life at the same time. And it'll be all love. And that's for anybody. But that's not I'm on some peace, love, unity, and I'm trying to get it to like
I'm on some,
you feel me? But I won't defend myself. So you know, it's all saved for the right energy. So I really do appreciate those who actually show love. Shout out Ty Dre. Okay. Ty Dre is one of my boys from like maybe 3-4 years ago. Stopped me in the middle of a show. Stopped his show. Shout out OnStar. Yeah. Much love. I look for stories like that. Yeah. Like he touched my spirit for stopping his show just to give me a shout out. Right. To you know,
like that be the small things go a long way, man.
You know what I mean? So we got a record called Goat Mode. Me, him, Mo Black from Waffle Crew, and Wavy's World. So you know, Mr. Growl. You know what I mean? So all four of us, Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx, Mount Vernon, trying to bring the city together. And you know, so we got movements happening that unity is present on music tip, on the music front, and we having a great time.
I love that, and everybody be connecting and shit. I love seeing everybody connecting shit. Like it just influences everybody that's just lit, niggas that's just in tune. Everybody connecting, doing anything. That's a beautiful fucking thing. I wanted to ask, like, I fuck with Wild 'N Out.
Yes, sir.
And I shout out Nick Cannon because it's to create something. Cause I look at shit. I be looking at shit. A lot of people look at shit from a bigger box, but I look at shit on some like nothing. You don't know about nothing like you until it's created. Like you know what I'm saying. So Wild 'N Out was a thing, but unless it was created, niggas wouldn't have like a thing for us black people to be able to just be. You know what I'm saying? Not even just black people, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You don't even what's understood don't need to be explained. So to have that, you know what I'm saying? I want to just a big shout out to that man for that shit. And I was watching. I just went to Drumline the other day just to watch the nigga. I'm like, did he really learn that shit? Look like he did, right? But I was gonna say, bro, when I saw you on that shit, I'm like, yo, my son, he doing his motherfucking thing. And I saw the afro, and I'm like, yeah, nigga, put that shit on the fucking screen. And then when you was doing your shit where, you know what I'm saying, you'll go up and do your shit, I'm like, yeah, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of motherfuckers probably don't, you know what I'm saying? When you on the spot and shit like that, for people sitting back, you looking up, you see, you know, you watching people and shit like that. It's different from when you actually on the stage and you actually got to be live doing some shit on TV. That's cameras, you know what I'm saying? That's everything, and it's going to stick no matter what you do, you know what I'm saying? So you got to just be on it. So how was it like for you, you know what I mean, on stage, and how was it like behind the scenes for you, like? When you was
Ooh man, Wild 'N Out was such a university. Like it taught me so much. It taught me how to be funnier. It taught me how to be sharper. It taught me how to be like mentally more aware of just the space period. Like, it was really a training ground.
Right.
Big shout out to Nick Cannon. He's like a big brother. Always will be. I appreciate the love that he shows for Harlem specifically. Coming from the West Coast at that. And you could tell he has a real connection with New York, that he wants to make sure that he keeps fresh.
Right.
Charlie Clips, Conceited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Myself. He really knew he was bringing Wildin' Out to New York, and he wanted New York natives that was going to light the city up.
That's a fact.
So he saw something in me that, you know, everybody else see in a small bit of time, and I felt like that was genius in him. Like, yo, you know, you have potential to be funny. Right. Come do the show, because, I mean, Wildin' Out is a dream come true. You want to do it as an artist, but to do it just doing it, like, I didn't know that was going to come.
Right.
And so for him to hit me, like, it was Nick DMing, like, yo, bro, I want you to do the show. Like,
that's hard. That's hard.
I'm like, yo, like, of course.
Yeah,
like,
it's like shit come to reality, and next thing you know, as you actually standing there and shit like that, you're like, I'm actually, like, this shit is just like life is crazy, son.
I caught myself doing that. I caught myself being like, yo, I'm on stage right now, like, wow.
Yeah, like.
And then it was like, snap out of it. You gotta
wild
out right now. You gotta. So
yeah, man. Shout out Wild.
I would say if that call came back, I would definitely be happy. But I want to work so hard and show him, like, thank you for opening up a space. Yeah. That the next time the call come in is really, yo, we want you to be a special guest.
Right.
Like,
that's a fact.
And I feel that coming. Like, I can see it. I envision it. I envision this parting, and I come through. Yeah. He was on the show. Now give it up. I see it because I was there enough to meditate on it.
Exactly.
So thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. And of course. I went up from there. Like, being who I am in a space with so many people, so many lights. Yeah. People saw the solidarity and the consistency of, like, yo, this person is just real. So I made a lot of great friends that I keep connections from there. So Wildin' Out definitely was a game changer.
Nah, that's fire. That's fire, man. Yeah, shout out to the whole cast, man. I love watching it. Continue to do what y'all do, and I love to see you on there as a special guest and shit like that. Once again, I'll be like, look at this nigga here, the special guest.
I promise you this. I say this right now.
Yeah,
when it happens, I'm going to call you and tell you to come with me.
All right, copy. Say that, kid.
Because I feel like you want to do an episode.
Yeah, you know that.
If they call me for the special, when they call me for the special, yo, we want you to be a special guest. We love your growth. Copy. Put On Smash on the list too.
Look, pop out. You
got it on camera. You got it on audio. I promise, it's done.
Look, it's done deal, man. That's why I fuck with this nigga, and that's why it don't take niggas to even link up. You know what I'm saying? To even just I don't know what it is, bro. It's only like it's only certain people. Like, it's
energy,
not,
bro.
Yeah, it's energy.
Yeah,
exactly,
energy.
and that's my number one thing.
Energy.
I'm glad you said it. That's the
people
number one
that
thing.
Understand, like he said, negativity has no place within your realm. Just move forward. So that's all that is, man.
That's a fact.
And when you have those people around you, you gotta keep them close, because it's just, man, listen, that's all it is.
That's
man.
a whole nother world.
We can skip another branch.
Nah, but yeah, man, I appreciate you always, man, and I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, before we wrap this up, people know exactly where to find you and everything that you want them to go check out, man. Just hit them with it, man. Got you.
www.OnStar, ARNSTAR.online. That's my official website. It's up, it's running. It has everything that you need to about who I am, what I've done, and what's coming next. So when you go to that page, make sure you scroll down at the front page and just put your email in, because I'm getting ready to put out exclusive content just for those who rock with me, checking on me, making sure that, you know, the great energy that I'm emitting is going around the world, and we're creating our own social media base, whatever it is you want, our own family. We're creating our own family online. So go to the website, www.arnstar.online, put your email in at the bottom of the home screen. I appreciate you and I welcome you to the family. Instagram, ARNSTAR. TikTok, Twitter is official OnStar, and my Cash App is # OnStar137. Just for those who been showing mad love. Who, you know, there's a lot of people who say don't shout me out, but I just want to make sure you're good.
Right.
I see the movement. I know you're a business.
Right.
That's the thing. Artists are business. So
Period.
just
That's
like
it.
you walk into a store, an artist is a store themselves. So
That's
if
a
you
fact.
want to give to like a organization, you can give to artists. Artists are organizations, and you don't have to buy anything. You can just buy into the craft,
Right.
or buy into. I like your style. I like how you motivate me. People hit me on that all the time. Like, yo, I just want to make sure you good because you got me up and running.
That's fine.
And I'm like, thank you. So
Yeah.
that, you know, that's just to explain. Hashtag OnStar137.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah, take care of that, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a fact. And shout out to the supporters. Always, always, always shout out to fucking supporters. And obviously we got fans as well, but fan support as well. So everybody support. Salute, man. We here at the fucking playground. You know what I mean? Talked our music shit. Talked our fun shit, our light fee shit. My guy OnStar here. Y'all saw it on camera, man. We got the build. I appreciate him for coming. Always great energy. And yeah, man. We here.